play some Epic. We'll hop into that game in just a second, and we'll queue up a real-time draft and see if we can hop into that. So this game is looking very favorable. Because I kind of have quite a board state. I guess let's swing the 5 airborne first. See what we can get out of that. And I will see if anyone is queuing for a real-time dice draft, because that is definitely a good format. We're just going to change which mic to use. I think that's better. Yeah, we'll see how active people are today. Alrighty. So we'll also queue up some duels. Get those going. Oh, we got a game going. Non-real-time deck draft. Okay. Okay, so this is an interesting pack. There's a few cards that are playable and a few that aren't. So Thrasher Demon, White Knight, and Kong are all fine cards, whereas Tri-Horror and Standard Bearer are usually less than. Here I'm going to take the Kong. It's a non-committal, high-value champion. I'm pretty happy to take it. Here, Drinker of Blood isn't that good because I don't have any of the components for making an actual combo deck yet. And I don't really just want to have it. Avenging Angel is a great punishing champion, and I'll happily take it because it's a high power level one. And then Pack Alpha establishes the board pretty strongly, and Jungle Queen establishes it kind of mediocrely, but needs to die. Or both of them need to die. The Jungle Queen does draw a card though, and it works pretty well with the Kong if it doesn't get touched. So I'll go ahead and pick up the Jungle Queen and Avenging Angel. Out of this next pack, we're going to take the Muse. It is a very high level, or a power level card. It puts your opponent in a very uncomfortable situation a lot of the time. Nothing else is that spectacular here. Demon Breach, nothing special. Feint, it's just a draw 2. Armor of the Apocalypse, so you can kind of make a build around deck for. And taking it this early means that you definitely could do that, but it's not nearly as strong as Muse still, and Vampire Lord's not that great. Then, out of this pack, we're looking at the Crystal Golem. It's probably the strongest power card in the pack. And then it's between Banishment and Transform. I don't really have any commitments to any colors yet, which is nice. Banishment is better on my turn, obviously, and Transform is better off of my turn and provides a draw 2. Here I'm going to take the Transform. I have 3 slow champions in my deck already, so Banishment's most likely not going to be played on my turn more often than not. Here, we don't have that high of a power level pack. I'm probably going to take the White Dragon because it's a 5/5 airborne, potentially with upside. The other cards in the pack, Rampaging Worm, huge gold punisher, pretty easy to block still. Unquenchable Thirst isn't that great. I don't have any other evil cards. Warrior Golem doesn't do anything special. And Time Walker doesn't do that much special stuff. So we'll take the White Dragon. Alright, here we're getting kind of the option to go more into Wild. So we're definitely going to be taking Rage, I think. It makes like Kong enabled to be so strong. That's between Rain of Fire and Strafing Dragon, and this is choosing between going into a color or not. So here I'm gonna go ahead and take the Strafing Dragon. Uh, I like picking up wild. I like going aggressive, and it's pretty strong. Here is not anything special for a pack. Blue Dragon is a fine card. Deadly Raid's fine, it draws two. Mighty Blow is a cute little trick. Pyromancer, I think, is the pick. It's going to be pressuring my opponent a bit in an off turn play, so it's always good. Um, Here we get presented with another opportunity to do some silly stuff. We have a Soul Hunter coming in, which, if our opponent doesn't take Discard Banish, could be strong, but I don't think it's that strong still. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Gold Dragon. I'm not going that heavy into good. I have two good cards aside from Gold Dragon. So we're not going to take the High King. We're going to take the Lurking Giant, which is just an 11/11 that we can play off turn. Here we have an interesting pack because both these zeros are pretty strong. Faithful Pegasus lets you attack with your humans, so like my Pyromancer so far, or my Jungle Queen with Airborne. Erase is a pretty strong tempo play. It does undoes their gold to draw you two cards, but really it doesn't net you very any more cards than your opponent gets if they play like a Triceratops or something. Corpse Taker lets you replay your one cost cards. I have pretty high value one cost cards, so it's pretty tempting. Resurrection gets back all those nice tribute things like Kong or Pyromancer or Crystal Golem, but it's still not that great. Drain Essence is fantastic and also would provide life gain for my opponent, which I do not want. Here I'm taking Surprise Attack, and then I have a couple of choices because Ogre Mercenary is like a free 4/3, which is pretty good. The other option is Worm Hatchling, which I'm going to go with. Kind of force into the wild a little bit more, just make sure we get enough loyalty for that. We're at 6 right now, so we're going up to 8 here. And it also is going to be usually at least a 6/6, so that's pretty good. Alright, so here we have a really strong pack, which is a shame. So we got Fireball, Flash Fire, and Plentiful Dead, which are all very highly sought after zero costs. And then we have Hunting Raptors, which is like a Flame Strike if you have loyalty, if not better. And we have Inner Demon, which is mediocre. So here I'm looking at picking up the Flash Fire. It's the most versatile of the zeros, and it still kills like Thought Plucker and stuff. It also provides the draw 2, whereas Fireball does not provide the draw 2. So we'll take that. And then here, we don't have any evil, so we're not taking Medusa. Priestess of Angeline isn't really that strong, so we're going to take the Ancient Chant and Angelic Protector, both of which are fine. So far, I'm pretty happy with my draft. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 slow champions. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4.5 fast champions. Ooh. Wow. So this pack is absolutely absurd. So here I'm going to count up my zeros. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. So we probably want to pick up a zero, unfortunately. Which would be like Dark Knight, probably. I'm also looking at this final task saying I really want that. Juggernaut also is a very strong pick here. I don't have that many Punishers. I have 2 gold Punishers in my deck so far. 2.5. So, and Cave Troll is also a fine pick here. He's going to be very consistent with my deck. So really I'm looking at everything but Ice Drake, and I want it all. Because I have a Flash Fire which can deal with the Dark Knight, and I have uh, most of the wild cards that are powerful, so my opponent can't use Cave Troll. I don't have a good solution to Juggernaut, but sometimes that just happens. I have Lurking Giant. Um, but Final Task I think is going to be the biggest blowout card, so I'm going to take the Final Task. And then here we're taking the Wither, and we're taking the Lightning Storm. Chomp is at best a 1-for-1, and spending your gold to 1-for-1 with your opponent isn't that great. Murderous Necromancer I don't have loyalty for, so I'm going to pick up the Wither, I'm going to pick up the Lightning Storm, and I will be pretty happy. So here we get put in this spot where we need to take this Sea Titan because we have 0 board clears in our deck, and so it will never die if the opponent gets it. We would also like the Skilled Demon because that is a way to control the discard pile, which we also do not have. These two are just not what I'm looking for, and Inner Peace isn't really that great in my deck either. So I'm taking the Sea Titan, and I'm actually really hoping to get a board clear soon, because I don't have any. Here we kind of get to choose where we want the deck to go, because we could go with Hasty Retreat Triceratops and go really passive. We could go Hasty Retreat Word of Summoning and just kind of go down the 0 values. I think we're taking the Fire Shaman. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1 cost good wild cards, and I think we're taking the Triceratops over the Hasty Retreat here. We have so many good answers, and the Triceratops is such a great board establishing champion. Here we're taking the Thought Plucker over the Lash or anything else. It's probably the strongest card in the base game, so it just kind of needs to go into the deck. Sea Hydra is fine. It's not nearly as good as Triceratops, which I have. Watchful Gargoyle is a fine blocker. It's free. It recycles. Lash gives you some fine value as well. So here we're getting a nice payoff champion. We're getting the Raging T-Rex this late in. And we're just going to get so much value out of it. We're going to draw 2 cards and get a 12-10 almost every time. And then I'm going to take the Spike Trap. Angel of Mercy doesn't really do enough in my deck. I have 3 champions it can affect, and turn isn't that superb, whereas Spike Trap usually gives you a free kill. So here, Angel of Death is not available to me. I do not have loyalty for it. So it's between Forked Lightning and Ceasefire. That's an interesting pick, because Forked Lightning I don't value very highly, but I have so much wild and so much burn that I could probably just, like, kill my opponent with more burn, right? But Ceasefire means my opponent doesn't have Ceasefire, and I could use a couple more draw twos. So I'm going to take the Ceasefire. Yeah, so I have to be kind of worried about overextending this game, because I have not seen a single board clear passed by my opponent. So that's always kind of worrisome. Here, I'm not even sure what to take. I don't want to take any more slow champions, so I think I'm going to take Rally and Wolf Companion, but it's really not that great to pick up those 2. So my opponent is going first, and this hand is fine. I don't actually have a removal spell in my hand for anything he plays, but because I have the surprise attack, I can play any of my champions on his turn, so I can like surprise attack out the T-Rex and draw 2. Or I can surprise attack out the Triceratops and have a breakthrough champion that he has to deal with first, so that's probably the better choice. Then I have Lurking Giant on following turns, and I have Sea Titan to kind of hold the board. So I'm pretty happy with this. Obviously, no spells means it's kind of weird, or 1 spell event. But I think it's a fine hand. So here we're gonna have to use the Sea Titan, I believe, because we don't really want to deal with that. And that's fine. So what we got out of this is having a 11-14 on his turn, and him having nothing. So that seems pretty good. That being said, my opponent most likely has a lot of board clears, so we'll see what happens. I definitely don't want to overcommit here. I'm probably going to play the T-Rex on my turn after attacking so that I can draw some cards. But that would only be after my opponent spends their gold. If I attack for 11 and they don't spend their gold, then I'm not going to spend my gold. And then I'm kind of put in a weird spot because I have a Lurking Giant and Final Task is placed then. But that's okay. We'll go check if I have any other games. I don't think I do. No. And I believe my opponent is active, so maybe just thinking. It could be that they have a zero-cost champion in their hand, but they're planning to board clear next turn, so they're debating between playing it or not. Maybe they just walked away, I'm not exactly sure. So I'll go ahead and queue up another. Nope, never mind. Yeah, they were just gone for a second. Alright, so we picked up the Crystal Golem, which is a great pickup. It makes my off turn a lot nicer feeling. So my opponent could have Lash. I did pass it. I think it passed it in a not the great pack. I forget what I took. I took the Thought Plucker. Is Thought Plucker, Lash, yeah, nothing else was that relevant. Not sure. Alright, so he's got a Time Bender. If he wants to just block it, I'm cool with that. So here I am going to play the T-Rex, just because he did spend his gold. And this way I'm still drawing cards, but I don't need to develop anymore with the Worm Hatchling, because right now a board clear for him still feels good. If he plays some sort of board clear and ends, I'll probably play a Crystal Golem over the Lurking Giant, just because I'll be able to attack without them interrupting it. And that's where a Rampaging Worm could come in, where that T-Rex was played. Like, if I just swing for 14 right then, put him to 13 health, that would feel pretty good. But this will definitely put me ahead in the longer game. He's got 5 cards in hand. We have 6. We have 2 cards on board. So we're in a pretty good spot. He might just play the Lord of Arena and attack, in which case I'm going to use Crystal Golem and block with it. Because the Lord of Arena does require to be blocked. So even if I wanted to take 13, the T-Rex would have to block, unless I play like the Crystal Golem first. The other option would be like Final Task the Time Bender, but that doesn't seem very good. Then on my turn I can drain Essence. So I think my opponent's probably thinking through a lot of plays. He's been playing relatively slowly. Alright, he's coming in with a Thrasher Demon. I'll just go ahead and take 3 damage. I'm not too afraid of a Thrasher Demon right now. I've got a much stronger board state. And there's not really any situation I can think of where him having a Thrasher Demon is going to put me in a worse spot. Obviously, it's something you have to deal with at some point sooner than later. I have Final Task with Time Bender to banish it. He's erasing my T-Rex, okay. Interesting play. So here I think I actually play the Lurking Giant because the Crystal Golem responds better to his Lord of the Arena. And then I'll probably attack with the Lurking Giant first because he could have Lying in Wait, I believe. He passed me Hasty Retreat, so I know he doesn't have that, which is nice. So I'm probably just gonna swing with the Lurking Giant. Maybe swing with the Sea Titan as well. Depending on gold expenditure, I'll just end my turn. Yeah, seems like it's fine. Yeah, I wish my opponent was a small bit faster of a player. That's okay. I don't want to walk away from this game and devote my attention to another if my opponent is active, just because I do want to be able to focus on something. Or focus on one thing. Okay, he's done. So yeah, here we attack. And I don't think there's really any bad outcomes for me. Obviously, Wave of Transformation or Zombie Apocalypse would be less than ideal. He played Plentiful Dead. Great. And I have no ways to banish that, I don't believe. Nope. The only way I could possibly banish it is by final tasking Corpse Taker, Keeper of Secrets, or Guilt Demon. That doesn't seem very good. I'm thinking I will play the Raging T-Rex, showing Jungle Queen and Triceratops. But not yet. Never yet. Ooh. Oh, of course he's making a play at the same time. Alright, we'll just let that happen. And now we'll attack, battle pass. Alright, and then I'm gonna hop over to another game that is ready. This is a game against Emperor of Tides, where he is not in a good spot. So here, when he blocks, I'm gonna play Feint and be able to attack again with the same thing. Alright, so he just ate the Sea Titan attack. So I can just end my turn. And he's fine with that, which is interesting. Like, that makes me think he is gonna board clear pretty soon. So just taking 5 off of the Thrasher Demon's fine. And then anything that's that relevant, he's going to have to spend his gold on, which is fine by me. Alright, so here we play the Feint. We get to attack again. And then we play Flash Fire. Cool. Alright, so he's attacking me. I'll just eat 5. He ate 11 last turn, so clearly I am winning the race. I've got 3 slow champions in my hand right now that all say draw a card or draw 2 cards. Which is a good and bad feeling at the same time. That's good because it means that I'll be able to keep my hand fat for as long as possible. It also means that I don't have as many plays off turn. I'll probably play the Jungle Queen this upcoming turn. Oh, excuse me. Alright, there's the Lord of the Arena. Priest of Kalnor. Getting the value. Here comes the big reveal. No reveal. Wow. So I think here I do play the Crystal Clone. Just pass it back to him. Because here, his attack means nothing with Lord of the Arena. Whereas if I just popped a Crystal Golem, he could attack. And then on my turn, I'll be able to attack with the Crystal Golem. And then break it after blocks. I'm probably going to Drain Essence the Lord of the Arena on my turn. Although I could choose otherwise. We do have options with the Time Bender off of Final Task. Or even Crystal Golem off of Final Task. We're in a pretty good situation. Oh, excuse me. My opponent's down to 3 cards in hand. He does have Plentiful Dead as a choice to work with, though. Alright, it's my turn. I have the Spike Trap, so it's a choice of Drain Essencing first or not. And so the advantage of playing Drain Essence at the very moment would be to kill the Lord of the Arena before my opponent gets to activate it. He doesn't have 2 good cards in his hand because he didn't use Priest of Kalnor's ability. But he could have 1. I think it's okay. Because if he plays a good card, that means he can't use Plentiful Dead this turn. If he can't use Plentiful Dead, then he's making unfavorable blocks. Unfortunately, the Spike Trap did come a turn late, because the Thrasher Demon is going to be huge. Alright, so he's just taking it. That's fine by me. I'm just going to draw 2 immediately. Those are 2 nice draws. So I'm thinking the Avenging Angel is what's going to be played. But if my opponent takes any more damage, then Strafing Dragon threatens at 11. So, if he didn't play the Priest of Kalnor, he would take lethal damage from it. Potentially. And the Avenging Angel puts me in a pretty safe spot. It gains me 6 life, puts him to 7, and prevents him from attacking me until he kills it. All of which are pretty good benefits. Alright, he conceded to me. Which is completely reasonable to do in that situation. I'm going to try queuing up a real-time draft. I'll queue up a dual draft and construct a game. I will use the blue aggro deck that I made about 2 weeks ago. See if we find any games. Currently we have 2 games on hold. These have been going on for like 5 days. Just kind of in between whatever else is going on. So yeah, we're just waiting, seeing if we can find any games. And I will happily accept any challenges that anyone would send me. We started a game with a guy. That's real time. Fancy. Futagi? I think that's what it is. Alright, so we are playing the blue aggro deck. This hand is kind of clunky. It's 3 slow cards. It's between. It's a really interesting choice on what to keep and what not to here. Because I have 3 champions that are all completely fine to play on turn 1. I think I throw the Juggernaut. I think I'm throwing the Keeper of Secrets. And then it's a choice of, do I want Winter Fairy and Sea Titan, or do I just want one of them? And which one do I play on turn 1? So Sea Titan puts my opponent in a really awkward position if they don't have a board clear. It also gives me advantage if I let it come out next turn. So I'm going to play the Winter Fairy and just draw a card. So Winter Fairy is basically a draw 2 with upside. So I'm pretty happy to have it. That top deck, the Surprise Attack, is fantastic. I don't think I could have asked for a better draw. Here my opponent did have a answer to my Winter Fairy for 0, but they're at 5 cards, I'm at 6 at the end of my first turn. So I'm ahead, kind of, because they're going second, so they're up at 6 cards again. But I'm pretty happy here. Playing Force Mage here is really interesting. It's a very aggressive play. Passing. Okay. That's fine. So here I can play Juggernaut, show that I have Winter Fairy and Sea Titan, draw a card, and come at you. And your Force Mage Apprentice does nothing. It sits there and looks pretty. Yeah. Brave Squire to block? Okay. Take 8 damage. So here my opponent is outvaluing me with their 0 costs in a way. But at the same time, they're really not getting anything out of it. Because Emma had both on life and board, um, 5 cards. And he's not even gonna use the Force Mage, wow. So he's up at 6 cards. I have 7 cards in hand. He is gonna use his gold to kill off my Juggernaut. Nope, he's gonna play a second Force Mage. Wow. So this is getting kind of dangerous for me. I may play Zombie Apocalypse actually. Um, just because this is a kind of spooky board state. Every time he spends a blue gold, he gets 4 damage. So he's getting up to 12 damage per turn cycle. Can't really let that happen. If he doesn't spend his gold, I can do some stuff. So he's not spending his gold. How do I feel about this? I don't think he can punish a Sea Titan coming into his face. And I want to establish the board. So I'm going to put a Sea Titan into his face. So what would be a fantastic draw right now would be Plague, Wither, or Flashfire. Just clean up those Force Mage Apprentices real good. Yeah, here he plays his own Sea Titan. Great. He does get to recycle off of it though. So his is better. It's bouncing his Keeper Secrets, replaying it, banishing my surprise attack most likely. Or my Winter Fairy. Playing around a Zombie Apocalypse, which is kind of obnoxious. That's right, but it's kind of obnoxious. Okay, that was a pretty good pickup. I think I just play it. Get rid of the Force Mages. No reason to attack with Sea Titan. Some reason to get in with Guilt Demon though. And I'm gonna get rid of his Force Mages. Because I do have the Zombie Apocalypse in hand. The other option would be to get rid of it like his Wither, so that he doesn't have Wither available. This has been a interesting matchup so far. So if he just takes this, I think I probably pass. I could also play Winter Fairy pass. That seems fine. Because most board clears will draw me a card off of it still. Drain Essence isn't that great here, but it's not that terrible. Thought Plucker. That's not that great here. And it is terrible. And it even gets to recycle, wow. So here I'm probably going to be Drain Essencing it. I don't want to discard my Juggernaut. Final task might be the... No, he has Thought Plucker. I'm going to discard the Guild Demon. And here I'm forced to Drain Essence the Thought Plucker, most likely. Wow. Punishes that Flashfire so hard. Holy crap. I could even play my own Zombie Apocalypse here. That seems fine. I'm just not sure how to reestablish from there, so... We both get like 4 zombies. If he has a drinker of blood, so be it. It's not a game over drinker. It's just a strong drinker. 16 damage, 32-point life swing. Puts me to 10. I have to... Sure. He's playing around my drinker, which I don't have. I don't think I even have one in this deck. I have one in this deck. There goes an amnesia. It's pretty good. I don't think I even run amnesia. Nope. No, I run 2. So here he does get to attack me if he had something. He doesn't. Alright, so I'm showing him my 2 combat tricks, and in exchange getting card advantage out of my Juggernaut. And I think that's fine, because in most situations, the way he's been playing so far, he's going to play around my combat tricks anyways. And this way, it forces him to. Oh. That's fine. I'm not too worried about his Soul Hunter, which may be wrong, but it's just not going to do that much damage to me. He does have Wither, which is a pain. Here I think I just play the Memory Spirit. Or shoot, no, he didn't spend his gold. I'm bad. Okay, yeah. There that goes. A final task, the Memory Spirit. And he has to Zombie Apocalypse. He does get to deal 5 to me, which kind of stinks. Yeah, this Soul Hunter's been beating me up a bit more than I thought it would. I just need 2 damage to get some value out of Flame Strike. He's proven to me that he doesn't really have Punishers. Do I have like Gen of Sands in here by any chance? I do have Gen of Sands. That'd be a really nice draw. Other nice draws would consist of like Wave of Transformation. Is that in here? No. So like a Sea Titan or a Race to like make that Drinker of Blood really awkward for him. Here we're just gonna Spike Trap. I'll recycle. He's pet ending. I'm gonna play Muse. So here, like, final tasking his Kong seems kind of nice. Because it means that I get to, it's not that nice unless I draw an answer to the Soul Hunter. Thought Plucker number 2. That's rude. I'm gonna pitch the Memory Spirit. Right? Yeah. And then I'm gonna Drain Essence it. And then I'm gonna Final Task it on my turn. Unless I draw something superb. So I kinda wanna attack him, threaten him with a what's it called? Flame Strike. But I also kind of want to just get in with the Thought Plucker. We'll go in for the 2 first, because I think we're going to get in for the 2 anyways. And I doubt he's going to Final Task Thought Plucker on my turn. The other option would be kill Soul Hunter and Guild Demon it away, or Memory Spirit, put him to 3. Potentially. So Memory Spirit's like the wicked aggressive play here, so I'm gonna go with not Memory Spirit. Alright, that's a nice draw. Hey, how's it going, Asma? Alright, he's erasing the Thought Plucker. That's a feel bad for me. Okay. So it goes. Here I have Haste to Retreat and Crystal Golem as my plays this turn. Probably just Crystal Golem block this. Seems fine. I could see him playing Thought Plucker right now to reduce my card selection of discards, but it doesn't seem that good still. Alright, he's letting me block. That's good. Then I'll go ahead and pop and draw 2. If he plays like a Rage, then I at least have Haste to Retreat. Drawing both Sea Titans at the moment isn't the best feel. Yeah, we're still looking at like the Gin of Sands being a pretty nice top deck. I guess the final task could be good too. Turning my Muse. Wow. That's rude. Bounce my own Muse. Because I feel like bouncing Soul Hunter is not that important right now. I have a couple ways to deal with it. Thought Plucker. Dropping Sea Titan's not great. I'll drop it though. So I'm gonna be Haste to Retreating Thought Plucker. Ooh. You could also just attack, put him to 5, put him on edge. I have 1 draw that makes 5 lethal. Yeah, putting him to 5 is not that great. Kinda wanna discard banish him right now. With Amnesia. I think I'm gonna do that. It's not great with Soul Hunter sitting there, but I have the Guild Demon. Get rid of Sea Titan and Crystal Golem. Sea Titan and Memory Spirit. Make it really hard for him to Final Task me. Because I only have 1 left. End turn. And he drew a card there because of Ancient Chant in his discard pile, which is fine. So he's up at 7. I think I probably erased this one actually. Right. I mean, it's not that relevant either. I take 1, pitch Crystal Golem, he ends, I play Muse. That seems fine. Yeah, we're gonna battle past this. Pitch to Crystal Golem. The erase got kind of bugged up, but that's okay. I'll toss the Crystal Golem. Keeper of Secrets, banishing Crystal Golem? Yes, no, maybe? Yep. Curious to see if he attacks with the Soul Hunter. Nope. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and erase the Soul Hunter. And play down 1 Muse. The reason we play down 1 Muse is because he could easily kill 2 Muses. Oh, he had a gold? Oops. I didn't realize he had a gold. Oh well. Say Amnesia and Sea Titan. And he banishes my Muse. Yeah, he's been very efficient about his gold usage. Amnesiaing me. Alright. Surprise Sea Titan. Bounce Muse. Doesn't seem that great. Palace Guard. Okay. That seems fine. For him. I can put him down low, but I can't kill him. I think I'm gonna surprise attack out my Thought Plucker on main phase. Play Guild Demon. Get rid of that. I get rid of Amnesia, I suppose. If I had a good Punisher, I would have just won. If I had like one of my 3 Gen of Sands. I don't really have much else for Punishers. This deck could use some work. Like or Frost Giant. Juggernaut. Thought there was Juggernaut in here. Huh. And I guess I end playing his own Muse. So here I could Flash Fire, kill off his Muse and Thought Plucker in exchange for my Thought Plucker and Guild Demon. That seems fine. I also get to kill off his Palace Guard, which is nice. So this has been a very close game. Very tight. Doesn't want me to get back Flashfire with Memory Spirit, I don't think. Makes sense. Psy Assault. Wow. And he's recycling off of it. That's good for him. So I could erase his Time Bender, or I could just haste to retreat. Those are the two options. I think I haste to retreat. Draws to more outs. Because it means that Force Mage off the top wins the game. But bouncing that means that I don't have to worry about it as much. Get rid of that and that, I guess. So I guess I force him to have it in hand, or a answer in hand. It's been a very tight game. Brave Squire, yep. He has a solution. It's not a great solution though, because he doesn't want to bounce my Ice Strike. On his turn I'm going to pluck him. Oh, he's Memory Spiriting it back instantly. And then he gets to choose between recycling or getting back Psy Assault. Probably want to recycle. Oh, I guess Psy Assault means that I don't have anything in hand after I play Thought Flicker. Unless he uses Time Bender. Brutal. Whoa. Wow, I just got blown out. That's brutal. I think I probably lose now. I'm out of cards. And he bounces my Time Bender, my Ice Trick if he wants. Probably bounces it after plucking. How much damage does he have? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm not dead. It's just I'm not in a good spot. I have at the moment at the very moment Force Mage and Flame Strike are outs, right? It's Force Mage if I have another blue card, wins me the game. Flame Strike just straight up wins me the game. Force Mage plus Flashfire wins me the game. Force Mage plus Plague wins me the game. Flashfire plus Plague wins me the game. Those are my outs. If I drew this Djinn of Sand any earlier in the game, I would have won. But he's ending? I will take your end. Plague. I'll force him to make an action. Because I I could Plague, Recycle, try and hit Force Mage. I also could just board clear with Plague. But then he Psy Assaults me. He's only got 4 minutes left on the clock. I don't want to try and time him out. But he does have to play relatively quickly. Because if he does Time Bender bounce this, then Psy Assault becomes worse. Surprisingly worse. But if he just Memory Spirit blocks, then he's getting a bad trade. It's a very tight resource game. So got less than 3 minutes left. He's lightning storming me and shooting that for 5. So I guess he's blocking. Genesands just gets bounced. Plaguing to board means that I don't have a hand on the end of his turn. Plaguing to draw my outs is 2 and 30-ish. So 1 in 15. Nah, more than that. But not much more. I'm gonna Plague the board. I don't like it. Playing Thought Plucker. Makes him discard. He doesn't want to bounce it. He doesn't have lethal. He doesn't want to deal with it. Maybe I'll play Thought Plucker. His turn, I'm gonna Plague Memory Spirit on my turn. Or something like that, I don't know. This was a difficult turn. I think it's just right to attack his hand here. Because now he has Psy Assault and one other card. I'm taking on board 4 damage. Drawing Memory Spirit here was huge. I probably take back Erase and bounce this Time Bender. Taking Surprise Attack for Genesands also doesn't seem bad. Wow, that's a nice pick. I think I just play Plague here. Last I saw it was in this discard, I guess. Nothing that great to get back with Memory Spirit. The other option is Plaguing on my turn, but I think this is fine. good pickup actually. Okay. So here I think I just board clear. I'm not in a very established position here, and drawing two still doesn't necessarily win me the game. Curious what his last card was, because, or no, he had two cards, but I think one of them was Flame Strike. I'm not sure why else you would go to Lightning Storm me that turn. Yes, so the alpha or the app is available for iPhone, Android, tablet, PC, and I believe Macintosh. Um, it has just about the same interface on the phone, with a bit uh, simpler stuff. Um, Not simpler, but it's it fits pretty well on the phone. Um, it also gives you notifications on your phone when you have a pending game, which is really nice. So this is the app on the phone. Um, Give me 1 second. Um, Opponent's end phase. Guess I pluck. There's the flame strike off the top. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a non-collectible game, if you know the card game at all, the physical card game. And then this is the digital version. So my opponent did end up timing out. I did end up with the flame strike in hand, anyways. So that game was down to the wire, very back and forth, very close. But I did have the victory in hand by the time that he timed out. So this is just using the base set because it's an alpha. But hopefully by the time, or hopefully by the end of summer, all of the expansions, which is 2 expansions so far, will be available on the app. Right now, the app is available just to Kickstarter backers. However, I believe that if you email Debbie at whitewizardgames.com, she'll talk to you about potentially late backing if you were interested in that. But yeah, so the app has the same interface and everything, which is nice. Give it a second. It's a small bit slower, but I'll up the brightness and everything. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and queue up another game. We'll try for a real-time draft that was constructed that last game. We'll queue up some duels, which are non-real-time. They're asynchronous. Alright, we got a game. That is a non-real-time dark draft. So I'm gonna leave the other queues so that I can focus on it if my opponent is active. So Dark Draft is a really cool drafting format where you make a 30-card deck out of 5-card packs. So you start with a 5-card pack. You pick one card. Here I'm going to pick Wave of Transformation, which is a kind of board control. And then you pass it to your opponent, and they pick 2 cards. And then the other 2 go to waste. So it lets you get a really cool draft going. You make pretty strong decks. There's a few things for trying to draft colors. There's ally abilities, which is this kind of symbol, which is related to their symbol up here. So that's whenever you spend 1 gold on any card that is good or yellow. you get to draw a card. And that's the only ones that are currently visible. But there's also loyalties, which will require you to have multiple of the same color card in your hand to draw, or to play, or to use their effect. So that's how that goes. It appears this opponent is not actively drafting, so I may queue up another game. Fratagi has challenged me. Ooh, this was the opponent from last game. So here, I'm not sure if he wants me to play the same deck or not, and I don't have his contact information. So I will play the same deck, but I would be happy to play any deck against him. He's got a very fun deck. Very good game. So I am going first. So I'm probably going to play the Sea Titan. I'm going to pitch the Keeper of Secrets and the Djinn of Sands. Yeah, Sands seems fine. Yeah, we're just going to play the Sea Titan. This hand's okay. We don't have very much reactionary stuff. We kind of have one play each turn. On my opponent's turn, I'm going to play Crystal Golem. And probably Muse. But that's okay. We will enter. The Drinker of Blood in this hand is going to be kind of useless, and I'm not too happy to pick it up, but that's okay. Oh, that Force Mage means Muse is offline, but that's okay. Everything's okay. So he's ending. That's fine. We'll attack. Because right now I have a much better board state than him. So I'm curious what he has up his sleeve. He's dealing 2 damage to me. And then he's playing a blue card. Maybe Lying in Wait? No, he's playing Zombie Apocalypse. Sure. So here I'm just going to play Winter Fairy. And we'll move to end. So Winter Fairy is basically drawing 2 cards no matter what, if not more. So when you play it, you draw a card. When it dies, you draw a card. When it hits an opponent, you draw a card. And usually your opponent has to spend a card to deal with it. Here, they were the most efficient they could be. They played Palace Guard and banished it, so it didn't actually die. So that kind of stinks, but that's okay. We're fine. Here, because he spent his gold, we're going to lay out our hand. We're playing Crystal Golem, which is a 7/4 untargetable, and you can draw you a card. And we played Muse, which got killed, which is rather unfortunate, but not very unexpected. Both have 4 cards already, which is not favorable to either of us. I kind of want to play the Force Mage Apprentice and kill the zombie token. But it's not that great. I may just run out the Drinker of Blood, but I do have a Zombie Apocalypse in my deck that would make it really strong. How many Zombie Apocalypses do I run? 1. Yeah, so I'm probably not going to try and bank on that. Let's do this. He's erasing my zombie. Okay. What is his next step? He is blocking with Palace Guard. So here I am going to draw 2 cards, because I do not want to do that trade. And then... I think I'm just going to draw 2 more cards. This is an okay hand. I don't know if they do. Hopefully... Well, I think they were saying something about hoping for midsummer or something around there at one point. So hopefully within like 2 months is what I'd hope. But I know they've been really busy working on other stuff as well recently. Because I believe they just released a Star Realms digital patch. So yeah, we'll have to see when they end up being able to release this. Alright, so we're discarding 2. I think we just tossed the surprise attacks. They're not doing anything. And we draw the 3rd one. This hand is not great. I'm thinking I'm just gonna have to flash fire draw 2 here. Like, I don't have much better plays. Yeah. Or now I have better play. Kind of. It's not that much better, but it means that I keep my flash fire. I'm gonna play Keeper of Secrets and Ice Drake and get to recycle. Nope, don't get to recycle. That's unfortunate. So maybe I do just draw 2. They're up at 7 cards. Okay, that's a nice pickup. Nice couple pickups. Up at 8 cards. So Crown City Barber, do you have you played the paper version at all, or just kind of stumbled across the digital? Okay, I'm gonna have to pitch the Drinker of Blood and the Erase. I should have thought through this actually. I have Keeper of Secrets to banish the Psi Assault that he just recalled. Darn. Time Walker, wow. So here I need to top deck a board clear. No, I don't. Get rid of the Force Mage. Hit the Gin of Sands. Get to recycle. Untap. Gets bigger. Kill that. I think I swing 8. That seems better than drawing a card right now. Not really. Means Thought Plucker gets at me pretty good, but yeah, Thought Plucker and Sire Assault. Oh well. Muse, and we got nothing. His hand's fat anyways. It's less relevant. Got a couple choices for me. And a couple choices for him. I think I play the Spike Trap. See what I recycle into. Maybe take 6. Yeah, taking 6 seems fine. So I'm expecting maybe a board clear. Nope, just a Sire Assault. So here we're just gonna draw 2. And then pitch 2. Maybe the 2 I drew, maybe not. Pitch this and this. We'll just keep on beating for 8, I guess. Seems fine. Like, I really would like to draw a card here. But I think putting the pressure on him is the right way to go about it. Yeah, he's going to 13, I'll just end. It's interesting what I've drawn this game compared to last game. Oh, I get to draw a card? Thank you. You shouldn't have. Wasn't really relevant though. I think this is fine. That's a nice draw. It's nice. Good setup, good hand. Ice Strike doesn't trigger, but that's fine. I kind of want to play the Ice Strike, but that's not right. Just immediately play the Sea Titan. Sure. I'll play the Ice Strike. He has Kongs. Okay. We have 7 cards. Loyalty for which thing? Asthma? For the playing Ice Drake? Um, so it's hard to keep up with timing. Yeah. Right now the Ice Drake's loyalty isn't doing much though, unfortunately. Because he's got nothing in play. So I'm just trying to figure out how to establish the board state with my current hand, and it's really tricky. Because I know that he plays Kong and Palace Guard and Sea Titan. Yeah, there's Palace Guard. We don't have loyalty for this one, which stinks. So we'll come in for 6 and see what we can get out of him. Picking up that Winter Fairy is really big. Because it gets me some good value. Okay. I kind of want to Final Task the Ice Drake, get in 6 damage. Could Final Task the Time Bender for 10. That seems really good. It's not lethal, but it sets up for it off the top. And then we have a draw 2 on his turn, because I'm not afraid of no ghost. Juggernaut's a solid pickup. Time Walker. Time Master is the promo that is like a 1/1 that taps to add a gold. But yeah, that was I was very happy with that Time Walker actually. He hasn't played it once against me, so clearly he's not as happy. I mean, I think I just play the Juggernaut, make him have an answer. Show him the 2 things that cost gold. That's a great pickup. I have lethal on his turn. Because I can double wither his blue dragon and final task it. We have 8 cards. Go to end. Discard. Oh no, my Thought Plucker. Try and bait him to final task it so he doesn't have gold. Obviously he wants to gain life, but I don't think his deck even runs Drain Essence. We'll draw a card, see what we get. Another Plucker. There we go. Those were good games. I don't know who Futagi is, but he's a pretty good player, and I've enjoyed these games. I kind of want to change decks on him, but I've also been happy with my blue aggro deck. We can go Burn or Drinker of Blood. Yeah, I was pretty happy with that ending. It was a good closing. Which would you like to see, a Drinker deck or just kind of gross Burn deck? Or the blue aggro deck again. The YouTube deck and the Greg deck are not on par. So I'll draft while I wait for that decision. We have Wave of Transformation. We'll take Secret Legion and Standard Bearer. We're going for it. We're going big. Here we're taking Kong. It's a crazy pack though. Well, I'm happy playing any deck, so if there's any deck that you would like to see piloted, I'm happy to play it. The Drinker deck is similar to what... Okay, great. It's similar to the deck that John Tat Daddy was playing against Tom Sorensen. So here we're going to toss an Angel of Death, and this hand's fine. We just want to have one Angel of Death to be able to establish the board state really easily. And then Drain Essence is fine, Plentiful Dead's great. Wave Transformation gives us a draw and a safety net. And then drawing into Drinker Blood this early isn't that great. Clearly my opponent plays very heavily around Drinker Blood because he's been very active with banishing for Zombie Apocalypse. But we'll see what we can do. He's drawing 2. We'll draw 2. Our turn. We don't really need to do anything. We can just run out of Drinker of Blood. But we also don't need to. Our off-turn plays are pretty lackluster. Let's run out of Drinker. There's 3 Drinkers in this deck, so I don't need to be limited by it. He did not spend his gold. Wow. Okay, he's playing a different deck too, right? He has to be. Here I draw 2. Maybe he's playing a Drinker deck as well. That'd be interesting. We will not bother with the Angel of Death. That's information. What were the 2 cards he showed me? Soul Hunter and Angel of Death. Okay, so he's gonna kill my Kong with an Angel of Death anyways. It looks like it might be mirror mode. We were both playing a blue deck previously, and now we're both playing an evil deck, so... the unknown mirror. That's actually pretty funny. Memory Spirit, okay. Gets back Amnesia, that's fine. And getting back Amnesia is really big against me, right? It means that I'm never gonna get a Drinker combo off, or not gonna get one off anytime soon. Obviously, John had patience of no other. Geez, that Memory Spirit's actually a pain, right? Because I can play Angel of Light block, and then he can just Angel of Death clear. Oh well. Like, I don't think there's any real punish he has here. Just nothing productive's happening for a long while, I think. Yeah. And he has Soul Hunter and what else? Guild Demon. Okay. So yeah, the discard pile is 100% under control. Plentiful Dead and Drain Essence. Well, what is this matchup, though? What are the odds? Amnesia me? Yep. Did they recycle? Yeah, he recycled Memory Spirit and Guild Demon. It would have been pretty cool if you, if I was playing Burn here. It'd be a pretty easy matchup. That's 3 Angels of Death. Wow. Plentiful Dead, Drinker of Blood. What? He still has Soul Hunter in hand. What's he doing? But yes, this is a Drinker of Blood mirror match, it looks like. But at the moment it appears to be just a Angel of Death mirror match. So I do have the full combo, except for the drinker part. But I am missing an activator. There are 3 champions in the discard pile, so I'm not too worried about it. So it's between Wave and Zombie Apocalypse to draw, and it's gonna be Wave because Zombie activates Drinker better, and it works with Angel of Death. This is quite a mirror. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw 2. I'm not worried. That Pyromancer pickup's huge. Lets me deal with his drinker. Apocalypse does too. So it's between Angel of Death and Pyromancer. I think I want to save the Angel of Death, but I also kind of want to save the Pyromancer. It's an interesting predicament. I think the Pyromancer is better fitted going face this game. So we're gonna Angel of Death. Showing Plentiful Dead and Apocalypse. I don't want him to know that I have a Zombie Apocalypse in hand. Yeah, so this is going to come down to kind of tech choices and who draws what sooner, as well as of course, the don't make a misstep. So he has Amnesia in his deck, and I actually don't have Amnesia in my deck, so that's going to make a huge difference on how the discard pile is going to be controlled. Exhibit A. But overall, I think it's going to be a pretty darn close matchup. I'm not sure how this deck does for punching power. I do have 2 Avenging Angels, 2 Angels of Light, to kind of get in there. We have the Pyromancers. That's really all the get in there package there is, right? Everything else is just kind of value champions and keep control. So that's up to my opponent to let them attack or not, really. Because I built this deck pretty much as a control deck that just wins with Drinker. But that sometimes doesn't always work. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, you always want to do 20 0 costs. So I've got 3 Brave Squires, a Corpse Taker, 3 Flash Fires, 3 Plentiful Deads, 2 Hasty Retreats, a Watchful Gargoyle, and 3 Withers. What's my solution to this dude? My solution is to draw cards. Nice, I drew my solution. It's called Palace Guard. It does things. So I've been doing a slightly better job keeping my hand full, which is based on the value of all of my cards and being able to play cards every turn. He missed a couple end of turns. He didn't play any draw twos or anything. He just left his gold up. So that's going to bite him a little bit. I'm looking like I'm going to play my Guilt Demon and attack his discard, get rid of his Drinker, get rid of his Angel of Death. Keep him in that position of not being able to do anything. He is... Oh, wow. He's using a Brave Squire to block a zombie token. Wow, that can't be right. Like, the difference between 25 and 23 is so small. That just can't be right. Brave Squire, 9 out of 10 times will give you a gold worth of effect, so that was just not a good play on his part. Here we are going to get rid of his Drinker of Blood. And that's between the Angel of Death and the Brave Squire. Because I believe he does have Memory Spirits in here. I think it's the Brave Squire because I also have Drinker of Blood, or Angel of Death in my discard. And the reason that because of that I want to leave his is because it doesn't actually affect Necromancer Lord or Final Task in any way. Speaking of, I only have one Final Task in this deck. So I don't think it's necessarily the most optimal list, but it's an interesting list. So here I have board state. Clearly, he's going to do stuff for his turn, but anything he can do, I can do better because I have a gold still. I'll be down 1 card, but I'll have a Pyromancer in play. And what this Pyromancer does is it lets me threaten him without spending cards as well. Because I can just spend each turn dealing 4 damage to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could have done 12 with a Drinker, I guess. That's fine. I'm gonna attack. I think I am just gonna use Pyromancer on his face. And if he plays Zombie Apocalypse into Drinker of Blood, my life total's okay with that. It's not the happiest, but it's okay. Thought Plucker. Drop Standalone. Next time I'll drop Plentiful Dead on his turn. Right. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Yeah. So if he doesn't spend his gold, I don't need to do anything because I'm ahead. But if he does spend his gold, I just kill him. Seems fine. I mean, if he passes without spending his gold, do I just like Pyromancer him? Oh. he just can't deal with my Pyromancer. Okay. So I don't think he's playing Drain Essence in any of his decks, which is just clearly wrong. So here, it's likely that he's just going to clear the board, which is fine. Nope. So that's game. Pew! Gotti. Here we're taking Wither. We'll take the People's Champion. We're making humans. Geez, he's persistent. I don't know if I can do another. I'll do one more, I think. I think we take Lash here. Maybe Hurricane. Yeah, that was brutal. I really expected him to be able to clear there, actually. This game with Darwin's been going forever. Because it was a draft, and it's quite a tricky game. Jeez. Laying out the board. I don't even know what to do here. Probably just board clear. We'll attack first, of course. Yeah, let's do one more. I'm just gonna play a burn deck. I've got 10 minutes left in my scheduled streaming time, and I want to play a variety of decks against him. Alright, we're pitching to Fire Shaman, and a Cave Troll, and a Jungle Queen. This hand's better. It's still not great. Oh, perfect. Look at that. We'll have to see if this works though. If he's not playing Drain Essence in his decks, then he's going to be in some trouble. But if he does play Life Gain in this deck, he will be in a much better state. Tom just sent me a challenge, and I want to. I would like to accept it, but I also don't want to leave this game hanging. Alright, so we got the T-Rex down. So it begins. We showed him 2 Jungle Queens, which is more than one, but not that much more. Oh no! We're playing the mirror! Oh no! I do run Drain Essences in this deck though, so if I can draw them, I will be okay. Do we even play the Dark Knight? Probably not. I don't have a blocker for that though, so that's trouble. What is this timing? Like, I'm beginning to think you're Fatagi. Like, making these mirrors happen, man. I don't have a solution to it, so I'm just gonna eat 6. He's playing Fire Shaman. He's slamming out another. Oh no, I'm going to 10 as soon as he plays anything. So I go to 2 off of a Flame Strike, and then he has Flash Fire. I'm dead to Flame Strike. Okay, he has Fireball, sorry. Oh no, he does not understand how cards work. I am sorry, Fatagi, that is not how it goes. Horowitz, okay. I don't think I've fought you. Which is interesting. I think we play the Raptors and kill both the Shamans before all hell breaks loose. Because aside from the fact that he has a, oh, that's interesting. Okay, we can clean up the board state. So first we're gonna just do this and do this. 18 dome busted. Okay. Huh. Given by how fast he didn't block that, he's in trouble. Right, 5. Let's do it. Let's do it. Force him to act. Force him to act. Force his hand. Boom. Oh, that was a 3-minute game. My burn deck's kind of rude, and he did not have a solution. I'll take surprise attack, Lord of the Arena, keep it good. I'm actually going to take Rally the People. It's not the right pick here, but I'm making this deck work. Fatagi with another challenge. Oh my god. I am going to have to not play that right now, I think. These have been very, very intense games. My mind is raked. Thanks, Asmu. I don't think I'm gonna play against Tom for now. I may play later tonight off stream or later. Thursday I'll be streaming again at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is about this time. Thanks for watching, keeping me company, keeping the chat live. I will also be posting any of my stream videos onto YouTube, just the raw footage. So you can find my YouTube by typing in exclamation mark YouTube. Thanks for watching.